Okay, welcome to the notes and solutions for day 26 of our GCSE 5-a-day. And we start with a question about the order of these two operations. And that is governed by our acronym BIDMAS. And this tells us the order of these operations. First thing we do is deal with brackets. Next thing is with index numbers. So that's things like x squared, x cubed. These are our index numbers here, and let's just remember that a square root is also an index number. Next come division and multiplication. It's very important here. Division does not come before multiplication. These two happen together, working left to right. And then the same with addition and subtraction. So what we can see in our question here, 10 plus 5 times 2, it is this bit, the multiplication, which is going to be done before the addition. So we have 10 plus 10, which is equal to 20. And to practice more questions like this on Century, go to Nugget 3.14. If you have problems finding that, do talk to your teacher and they'll be able to sort it out for you. Now we have a number of solving questions today, and solve means that we need to end up at this point here, x equals or something equals x. And we do that by applying operations to both sides, but we do so that both sides remained balanced because we have an equal sign. So whatever we do to the left-hand side, we need to do to the right-hand side. Well, I want x on its own here, and what's causing me the problem is that I've got an extra plus 5 here. So thinking about inverse operations, I'm going to take 5 away from both sides, which leaves me with my x on my own. 7 take away 5, so x equals 2. To go and practice more solving problems like that, go to Nugget 19.01 on Century. And now for a slightly harder solving problem, but the essence remains the same, that we need to end up at a point where we either have w equals or something equals w, with that w on its own. And we'll do so by making sure that both sides remain balanced, because both sides are equal. So whatever we do to one side, we need to do to the other. Now the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of this minus 1. I'm thinking about inverse operations. I'm going to do that by adding 1 to both sides. So I now just have 2w equals 12 plus 1, which is 13. So if I know what 2 of something is, inverse operation of multiplying by 2 is to divide by 2. So I'm going to divide both sides by 2, which is 13 over 2. And I could write that either as 13 over 2 is okay, or 6.5 is okay as well. Nugget 19.07 on Century will give you some extra practice. And there are lots of solving nuggets on Century if you want to work on that. Now we have 2 command words that we might find in our GCSE exam. One is to expand and the other is to factorize. And these are inverse operations of one another. So what this means is that we've got 3 times 2w take away 1. And that is the same as 3 lots of 2y, which is 6y. And we also have 3 times taking away 1. Do that 3 times, that's taking away 3. Subtract 3. So that is our expanding our bracket, and if we were asked to factorise this expression that we've ended up with, we would have ended up back where we started. Good nuggets to practice there at 18.01 and 18.03. Okay, we have our third solving problem today, and it starts off with a little substitution exercise where we replace that r with the value of 3. And again, I'm wanting to end up in a situation where I've got s equals or something equals s. Okay, so s is here inside my square root, but I've also got this 8 here. So I'm going to get rid of this 8. That's complicating things. So I've got 3 minus 8. 3 minus 8, that's negative 5. My 8's gone away, and I've got minus s. So I don't like these two minuses here. That's a bit ugly, isn't it? So I'm going to multiply by negative 1 so that everything ends up being positive. So 5 is the square root of x, of s. So what's the inverse operation of square rooting? It's squaring. So 5 squared is 25 is s. Okay, s equals 25. I haven't got anything that gives very similar problems to that, but some more advanced solving can be found in 19.14. That would be a good nugget to go on to. So that's the end of our notes and solutions for today's 5 a day. Keep practicing this work, and if you need any help, do ask your teacher.